Gemini, welcome to your intimate tarot reading or sexual energy read. My regulars know what's up, you know what to expect, and therefore I have decided to forego the long intro. Okay? So if you're brand new, you're just wandering in, you've never seen intimate tarot before, or it's been a long time since you've been acquainted with it, if you want to know what intimate tarot is and what it isn't, why I read it, how it benefits you, etc., it'll be outlined for you in the description box. Yeah? When in doubt, description box. Questions? Description box. It's probably in there. The answers. Okay. Let's get started. What's going on, please? I will say this. If you read it and you're still confused or you feel morally conflicted, don't watch. That's it. No big deal. And that's true for any and all tarot types. Yeah? I don't want it to come into conflict with who you are because you'll take nothing from it. So yeah, read the description box. Find out if it's for you. Done. That's it. All right, what's going on, please? Show me that, Gemini. Intimate and sexual energies, please. Show me that, Gemini. Intimate and sexual energies, please. What's going on, please? Show me Gemini, show me Gemini, show me Gemini, show me Gemini. What's going on, please? Show me Gemini. So quiet. Cinnamon is in doggy daycare today, and it's just so quiet in the house without her. It's like I don't even know what's going on anymore. But she needed it. She needed the socialization. All right, Two of Wands. The moon. Oh, yes. Okay. Intrigued. Let's jump on over here. Queen of Wands. Six of Wands. Oh, yes. Very different. Very different. Let's see what your bridge point is. Perhaps you don't know yet about what this is, who this is, or you do and you secretly desire it. It's going to be one of those two, guys. It's either the unknown or it's known, all right. And we keep it to ourselves. Thank you very much. Mind your business. Well, honey, this is my business. Business is good, so. Queen of Wands, Six of Wands, that's a burst of color, warmth, passion, determination, a little bit of hot-headedness in there, but strong personality. Confidence, a little bit of sexiness of this person. They clearly care about their presentation. That's there. I don't know that it crosses into vanity or anything like that, but they clearly take a good measure of their appearance. Okay. But it's very warm. It's very open. It's vivacious. It's lively. It's flowery. It's warm. It's scented. It's, it's attractive. It's very attractive, that energy is. And then you're like, you either know and you secretly kind of like you're in on that or you don't know yet. Queen of Swords. Okay. That's bridging between you two. So you do know. That's you. Okay. Over the next several weeks and or months. Six of Cups, Four of Wands, the Chariot. Aw, Gemini. Come on now. Come on now. What's up? Because by all rights, this is very sweet. It's so sweet. Six of Cups, soul bond connection, Four of Wands, relationship energy, the Chariot. That vroom vroom. We're going to move in this direction. Yes. I'm super excited. I want that for you. I do. It's so clear. It's so crystal clear on your bottom row. It's indisputable. Now, I'll clarify. I'll see a bunch of stuff. I always do. But in your top row, why the moon? Why? What's up with that? What's going on? So I'm going to go ahead and break down both of your intro cards here. We're going to start with that Two of Wands. Two of Wands is a little bit of waiting. It's not as serious as, say, the Three of Wands, okay? But the idea is that I'm waiting on myself to make a decision. So Two of Wands compared to, say, Two of Swords or Two of Pentacles, those are anti-decision. Two of Wands is active decision, okay? So there's something in you that you feel like you're waiting on yourself to make a decision on. Let's see how that interplays with your sexual energy. You got some deep sexual energy in there, honey. Let's see that Two of Wands. Show me that Two of Wands. Show me that Two of Wands. I feel like for some of you, this is right around the corner, though. I try not to put too much timestamp on these kind of more sensitive or delicate readings. It's just something I've chosen to do over the years. But yeah, this does have a feeling of soon. I do mean to jump into the present energies, but I'm saying that focus around this question seems to be coming up soon. King of Swords, there you are. The Sun. What is it to be happy, fair, and just in your sexual energies? You want these things. You know you want these things. King of Swords, there you are trying to sort out information about what constitutes long happiness. Good questions. The Sun and Justice. What should I personally feel like and radiate with from the inside out in terms of partnership comprehensively? So this is a question you're asking of yourself. What does it mean for Gemini to be in love? What does in love look like? What do I want it to feel like? You want it to feel warm. You want it to feel expressive. You want it to feel generous, you know? So the Sun warms everyone's backs. So you're saying, it's not just about me. I want someone to react to me in this way. That makes me feel as vibrant as the sun, that I am warm and loving and that it's given back to me in equal measure. And you're saying that's what fairness is. That's what love is. That's what good sex is, right? We both benefit, we both feel warm and cared for and loved and protected. So you're trying to define for yourself, for reasons I don't quite understand yet, the criteria of healthy relationship and how you should be able to specifically access it and or feel it. So and I completely agree with you, 100%. This is what good love and sense of security at the emotional level should look like. This is the definition of happily ever after. We're both happy and we both know it. We both warm each other's backs because we both have each other's backs. Otherwise, what's the point of having love or sex if we can't light each other up for all the right reasons? It has to be fair. We both have to mean it. Okay, I don't dispute that. This you seem to know for yourself and you're actively reflecting on this. So why is the moon here? Whoa, you're going to go into the moonscape today. You're not the only one. But you have such a strong knowledge base about what it is you want to experience and feel. The criteria is in motion for you in terms of accepted truths. So why are you questioning it? Let's see that moon, please. Show me the moon, show me the moon, show me the moon. You want to be a generous lover, you want to be a warm lover, but above all, you want to be secure and knowing that it's right for the both of you. You have a huge emphasis that it has to mean equal measure to the both people, two people. Okay, huge emphasis there. The moon, the moon, the moon, show me the moon. Show me the moon, please. Show me the moon. It's unusual how they depicted the moon in this deck. This is the Earthreal Visions. It's well known. They make it look so peaceful. I'm just going into the moon super quick. I'm going to see what things are under there. It's not like that. I wish it was depicted like this. It's such a soft essence. When you look up at the moon, this is what people experience. So in that sense, it makes sense. But when you actually experience going into the moon diving, or Moon Avenue as I call it, it's a little different. It's mostly like, you're not looking at, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. No. No. So it's the idea is sweet. What's going on? The Four of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the King of Cups. Your heart's on reserve, and you have a beautiful heart. Let's make that clear. With the King of Cups in there, of course, he trumps all in terms of kings and queens and the experience of feelings. It's the most emotionally mature of all the kings. That's his power gig. Right? I understand my feelings on a comprehensive scale, and I embrace them. They're part of they're what make me, essentially. And the King of Cups is never ashamed for what he feels. He might be discerning about how he shares it, but for the most part, he fully embraces what he feels. The Hanged Man, the Four of Pentacles, the biggest part of your heart, which again is beautiful, emphasis on that, is held back. Four of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. It's under a suspended state. So it's interesting. It's like, it seems to be hanging back on purpose. It's interesting. I say you opening up with the question, a decision about what long-term happiness is and the warmth and what sex and emotion and everything should feel like. And you have a strong idea of what that is. But it's almost like you're saying, has my heart ever gone there before, though? Have I actually ever felt that kind of love? Have I never really been able to access it before? Or have I ever accessed it like that before? Or has my heart ever been in a situation like that before? I know what it's supposed to look like, King of Swords. Giving you the criteria as we speak about what it should look like and possibly feel like. Happiness, warmth. But it's almost like you're saying, is that deep love, though? That's a good question. It feels like the biggest part of your heart's always suspended, but that you have the idea or criteria for happiness. Huh. You have the criteria for happiness, but you're saying, have you actually felt it, though? Has your heart always been in it, or is it always kind of held back and reserved? And do you have it for someone else? You have the idea that it could make you happy. You do. That seems to be the easiest part of your question to solve, but is your heart in it? Is it like that? I suppose. Well, I don't know. Let's jump on over to this character. Let's take a look at this person. Show me that Queen of Wands, please. Show me the Queen of Wands, show me the Queen of Wands, show me the Queen of Wands. I want to separate this person's sense of self from their sense of confidence. For some reason, I know I would typically combine those two, but not this time. They have a high level of display, right? Surface display. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're comfortable with who you are and how you display yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. I have no bones with that. I mean, honey, this is not a coincidence. This is by choice. Right? I know how I like to display. But I want to see their confidence, and where's that coming from, or do they really associate it with display? Let's see. Let's see that Queen of Wands, please. I'm very curious. Let's see that Queen of Wands. Eight of Cups. Queen of Cups. The Queen of Swords. Interesting. So, this person's got a little bit of a complex personality. They do. They have, in and of their own right, a Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, highly feminine energy this is. Someone who understands love is a choice. They understand that. Intellectually, they understand it. Sharp as a tack. And that they say they get to choose about whether or not they open their heart towards anyone. But on the outside, confident, passionate, feathers are not easily ruffled is what I was trying to say. They look cool, calm, collected, like nothing bothers them, right? They have a certain composure around them. They have very strong personality aspects that work together. And then there's the Eight of Cups here with that Queen of Cups. They tend to be very strict with their heart space about who it is they will share their emotions with and who they won't. But I can tell you this, they're very comfortable with their sexual energy. They know that too. But they also saying love is a choice. And it's like I can choose to turn it on for someone, or I can choose to turn it off for someone. So they have to be selective. In other words, so if this person is presented with anything, they take it into consideration very carefully. I don't think they allow just anyone in there because they have a lot of face energy. They're like, I know what I look like, but I'm also smart. And I'm also, P.S., a big feeler. Or I can choose to give you no feeling at all. And it can be very strict. And it can be very intimidating for that reason, for someone to know themselves that well. But they do. It's interesting. But they're saying their heart space is not a surprise to them at all. They can love someone at will. Or not at all. Ooh. They got a little bit of everything in there. They got fire, they got water, they got air. Ooh. When you get somebody with very powerful elements like that and they learn to integrate them, you know, where this piece fits here and this piece fits here and this is how this plays against that, it's not from memorizing your birth chart. It's not that kind of stuff. It's knowing you and your personality. Then it starts to show through those corners that I talk about in personality. Anyway, Six of Wands. Let's jump. So let me see this person's. Okay. I will say this. They got good game face. They do. So on the outside, they might appear beautiful, maybe even vain. On the inside, they're an absolute machine of thoughts and feelings. So Yeah, I bet that can be a little disarming, I think is the word here. Let's see that Six of Wands, please. Show me that Six of Wands. Show me that because you don't know who you're working with. Oh, I thought you just seemed like a beautiful hot lady. I didn't know you were going to be, yeah, you didn't think I was going to be smart. I know. That's usually people's first mistake. That's what that is right there. But yeah, they have a loving side, but it's at will, kind of, I think, is what I'm trying to express there. It's at will. They can have a very strong heart for someone, or they can walk away. Okay. Six of Wands. Six of Wands, Six of Wands, Six of Wands. And here you are, contemplating your own heart. And have you ever really felt like this before? You've recognized elements of happiness in your life. You don't dispute that. Everybody knows what happiness is a little bit, and the fairness of happiness and balance, sexual or otherwise. But have you ever really felt deep love before? Have you always held back a little bit? Have you ever really known how far your heart can stretch? That kind of thing. Let's see that Six of Wands. Could it be in this person? I don't know. Let's find out. Knight of Wands, Three of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Well, let me tell you something. They do know who they are. They know what they want. And they essentially would like to connect with you. If you haven't already, they'd like to. They have a strong feeling about you that makes sense to them in reality as well as at the emotional level. They have this idea that they would like to connect with you, Three of Cups, or reconnect with you, and that their passion would like to point towards you. It's very easy for them to point it at you. You make them feel alive, but in a balanced way. It's not over the top. It's not crazy. It's not this person's wild and crazy. No, they have a very strong idea that in reality, they have an idea that when they have balanced with you before, either recently or in the past, that it felt really right and alive. You made them feel a rush. But more than a rush, in a practical sense, they really enjoyed connecting with you. Six of Pentacles. I wonder if it's still active. Is this love, White Snake, that you're feeling? Is this love? I don't know. You say you get it. You say you get the warmth and the sense that we're alike. We're more alike in warmth and sex and generosity and happiness. We are. Cool. You got that question answered. The love part, though. Are you going to share your King of Cups with this person? Is that what you're trying to figure out? Because it's really suspended. It's deeply suspended. I see you refraining with the Four of Pentacles. But the idea that you could excites you. It's very simple, I will say this. It's honest. It's simple. It's honest. It's straightforward. I like connecting with you. You make me feel good. And it's done so in a way that makes sense to me. You know? They do. They're attracted to you. They're attracted to you in terms of passion, emotional connectivity, and Six of Pentacles, practical balance. And you two get along well. So they're wondering then with the Eight of Cups and that Queen of Cups if they have more room to grow with you emotionally. Otherwise, they know they can do in absence. You're wondering about your own heart space being in suspense, and have you ever really felt this way before, and can you do it now? Will this be that one? Oh my. So, will this be that one, Gemini? So you do know who this person is, all right. But your secret really isn't so much of a secret as is that your biggest asset by far, King of Cups, you don't know if you can let him out for this. You have all these other components. You're like, check, check, check. This, though, Christina, this one, the big one, though, the big question of love. Is that the one? Only you know. And even then, it's not really something you know. You feel it first before your mind catches up to it. That's typically what in love is. You feel it well before you can define it. Almost always. Okay? So, let's take a look at your Queen of Swords. Let's bridge that gap, which, by the way, you both share that strong sense of mind, rationality, reasoning. Okay? Let's see that Queen of Swords. Show me that Queen of Swords. Show me that Queen of Swords. Show me that Queen of Swords, please. Show me that Queen of Swords. Nine of Pentacles. The Fool. Four of Wands. Well, by golly, you're going to find out. Good job, Gemini. All the rest of this. Bye. Have a great week. You're done. You're good. Bye. Kudos. Good job to you. I didn't know how you were going to answer your question. You're like, this is what you did. This is what you did. You're like, well, fuck it. I don't know either. I'm going to go try. Good for you. I love it. I love that. I didn't know how long you were going to hang out in that question. And it's a beautiful metaphor. The moon is and what you have going on in there at the King of Cups and the Four of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. So that's active suspension. In other words, you're actively moon diving. And you are trying to take it very seriously, but it's like you're holding the best of your heart back because you don't know if this is the one. Do you have promising elements here? Yes, you knew that because you're not dumb. You're smart. You've seen it. They're like, meta. They're crazy about you. And you want to know if you can take it further, right? And you're like, well, okay, I don't know. And I'm not going to solve anything by sitting here and twiddling my thumbs about it. Let's go live life and see what happens. Good for you. I love this. Good for you. Look at you like, well, let's find out. So I think, yeah, there you go. Of your own free will of independence, the Fool. I'm out the door. I'm going to go find out and make a relationship out of this. And if I find out I'm in love with it, awesome. I think some of you have a tendency to withhold your heart to the very last minute when you start connections with people, and you might have a moment like this. It's like, does it meet the most basic criteria? Your answer was yes and yes many times. Is it enough for me to fall in love with it? And I think you reached that point where it was like, well, Gemini, it's time to show up or shove out. And you're like, you know what? I'd rather show up and find out. That's great. That means you're open to exploring and you're doing so of your own free will because you want to. So there's something about this connection that makes you think you should do more than try, right? A lot of people will lose their connections because they get stuck on that crossroad in their life. Do I love this though? And then they overthink it, shut it down. Even if it had the ability to go into the next phase, you wouldn't know it because, again, people are scared. People are scared to explore without a bunch of bullshit attached to them, and because they didn't resolve their other stuff that they blah, blah. And I understand all that, but it's like, guys, if you want love, that means you actually have to try to be open instead of shut down. That means you have to be willing to heal old wounds, that we don't carry them into the new stuff. You just have to be willing to be more open than closed off. So people will tell me they want new all the time, and then they can't back it up. So you, for your part, you want to be in love. You want the real deal. And you want to know, is this worth putting your heart on display for? You're saying, I don't know, but I'm going to find out. And you know why? Because I feel pretty fucking good about it. Good for you. Like I said, we don't need to go further. So, it looks like you two are happily moving forward in a relationship. That's your bottom row. You opened up with something so serious as an unknown moon. And then it's like, look what happened. Six of Cups, Four of Wands, the Chariot. I did good. Yes, you did. Because they like connecting with you. I mind you, they're a hot one. They're a hot little cookie, honey. They got some very strong pieces to their personality, but you know that. And I think that's one of the things that drives you absolutely crazy. Because, honey, you don't like to be bored. You don't like to be bored. You don't. So I think you'd rather have somebody that has all these beautiful aspects to their personality, but with one caveat. And I think you know this. And when it comes to their heart space, they can either give all of it or not invest, right? So maybe that's where you are back here with the moon. Can I give my heart to this? Because I know what they can do. That was a smart reflection. All right, let's see that Six of Cups. Let's see that Six of Cups. Let's do it. Oh, thank you. This is so nice. This is so refreshing. This is a nice glass of lemonade on a hot day. Okay? This is, well, you know, that's what I'm working with today. Thank you. This was so great. I love this. I was like, oh, how far are you going to take me down that moon, honey? Because you're being super serial about it. I love this. I love it. Your conclusion. This is so Gemini. This is classic Gemini. This is a developed Gemini. I don't know. This is taking me to some deep places, man. I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. I don't know. Let's try it and let's find out. I love that. That was the Gemini brain right there. I love that. I love that about your sign. I'll tell you what, it keeps me on my toes, though. I'll tell you what. All right. Let's see that Six of Cups, please. Let's see that Six of Cups. Let's see that Six of Cups. All right. Two of Cups. Nine of Swords. Devil. Whatever fears we had, okay, they are slowly starting to ebb away. Some of you are prone, this is an old pattern I'm looking at, some of you are prone to overthinking. And you've already recognized this as something that you are used to. You don't like it. It's an uncomfortable devil for you, and you're trying not to listen to it so much, okay? This love is strong. It is strong. It's a very strong bond. You just showed me a 6 and 2 of Cups. It's an equal division of what is experienced as well as the soul bond connectivity in and of its own right is its own mechanism, okay? Individually, Nine of Swords, the devil. Someone here is very prone to overthinking. Okay, so that might be why your King of Cups, your highest form of full heart, tends to be on reserve. Okay, so in that case, double congratulations to you for not giving in to old patterns of mental anxiety, overthinking. What if I lose this? What if it doesn't want me back in equal measure? Okay, we don't want to feed that guy so much, because the more we feed him, the bigger and louder he gets. So when I'm telling you right here on the bridge point between you accepting this and fully stepping into it, or you could have stepped out of it. And now I see how you could have left your heart out of this. You almost went in that direction, didn't you? And then you went, okay, I don't know. So you allowed the higher part of you to move this forward. Good job. That's really good. You have any idea how hard it is to override the repetition of mind-numbing, anxiety-filled thoughts that is the devil and the Nine of Swords, particularly as it relates to fear of love? So some of you do have a moon tendency then to hold back the biggest part of your heart, because you might enjoy a connection and it might feel warm and it might feel happy. But if you couldn't put your heart in it, you always had your answer. And this, you are genuinely trying to put your full heart into it and not listen to the fears. Good job. So when I tell you, you said, okay, I don't know either. I'm actually super proud of you, because you could have gone the other way, huh? Okay. Good job. Good job. You did not allow your fears to consume you so that you can accept this connection, more than accept it, embrace it, and so it can love you back. Okay? Okay. All right. All right. Little plot twist there, but I can see how it definitely ties into the moon. So that means this person's really made a strong impact on you, that you is such that they made an impact on you that you chose the opposite direction, to go forward instead of backwards. Wow, that's a good job. It must be very inspiring. Let's see that Four of Wands. Some of that Four of Wands, some of that Four of Wands, some of that Four of Wands. Some of that Four of Wands, please. Some of that Four of Wands. Okay. Some of that Four of Wands, sorry. I was like, wait a minute, did I just see? No, I didn't. I was like, it better not be at 37 minutes. I was about to get picked. Four of Wands, like, I didn't think I was taking that long. Okay. Eight of Pentacles. The Emperor. Yes, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you're solidifying it, the both of you. It's the real deal, showing up as the real deal for the both of you. We are officially making this a commitment. Good job, the both of you. Two people are standing up for this, but one person designated the Emperor's taking charge of the shape of this relationship and declaring it official with the Ace of Pentacles. So it's the real deal. Yay. It's great. I'm so happy for you. I'm happy for you both. It's beautiful. We're talking longevity. You can see, and this soothes you a great deal. You see the reassurance of equal work being put in on both sides. No one's slacking here. And that was kind of the seal on the deal. Yeah. Anyway, the Emperor looking at the Ace of Pentacles saying, okay, I got to make this legit. It's the legit offer. So it's standing in your power. It feels great. You're claiming this new opportunity for a solid relationship that is being well built and constructed as we speak. You're going to get past that initial fear you have when you realize the love is equal and you can feel it equally because you're allowing that to come out of the moon. Congratulations again. You're going to feel some old spikes of anxiety. You know what they are. You have felt them 1,000 times. Does the love mean the same? Are we on the same page? Do we feel the same? Is it going to stay? Is it going to love me forever? Oh my God. Those panic thoughts. That's going to start to tune down. Okay? The more so you see you're equal, par for course, like for like, same page energy, same place, same time, all that stuff right here, right now. Everything's in alignment. That fear is going to come down considerably. Okay? So be glad you didn't listen to that dang devil. With the day you said, well, fuck it, I don't know. And you went and tried. It was the beginning of everything for this. I mean, really, because you were already thinking about it. Can you put all of yourself into it? You eventually answered the question. And you did it through trying, not by thinking. Thinking is going to take us so far. It's not till we start to engage in it and allow ourselves to consciously engage in something and feel things that we understand. Sorry about that. Neighbor called, had to take it, needed a little help with something. Got it sorted. Now, okay, so congratulations on solidifying the whole thing. This is shaping up into a beautiful relationship, one that really speaks to you in terms of what it is that you stand up for and want to see in your life. It's the quality that you, I believe, always suspected could be yours. And for one reason or another, in past situations, perhaps you always reserved the biggest part of your heart for a variety of reasons. Perhaps you didn't know it could be stretched out that far. Perhaps you didn't know your feelings could go that deep, or perhaps you were afraid of feeling something that deep. I kind of suspect that's the ballpark. But you pushed past it. You more than pushed past it. You just, God, it's like you insisted, you know what, I don't know, but I'm going to find out. So with that open will and spirit and mind, God, that's courageous. That's beautiful. Good job. I really mean that. That's so good. I see people inhibit themselves constantly for fears they don't fully understand. And something about this inspires you to go all the way. And that's the best kind. That's the best kind. When you go all the way and you feel safe, and you're bringing A game to that table too, honey. Okay? Trust me, you got a lot of good qualities, and so does this person. Okay? Go all the way. That's what I'm saying. Let's see that chariot, please. Let's see that chariot. Look at that momentum. Look at that drive. I don't think we need to do too many check-ins over here with the oracles for you today. I think your reading really speaks volumes for you, and what you're allowing yourself to do, the things you have concluded, the things you're feeling, and tying them all together is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The chariot, I'm very proud of you. This is excellent. Exemplary. Okay, the high priestess, 2 of Wands, the page of pentacles, and now you're saying, we're next. This is great. I love this. You really do take your decision making seriously. 2 of Wands, I can see that you take your but you also insist on an answer, and I like that. People will get lost in decision making all the time, and they'll stall it and get lost in it, but you're like, no. Do I have questions? Yes. Do I want to take my time? Yes, but that doesn't excuse me from not having an answer, and I completely agree with you. That's how I live my life too. We ask answers of ourselves, otherwise we're lost to questions, and what's the point of that? What's the point of living life if we're just going to get lost to questions we have no intention of answering? You answered your questions, and you got some more in you, the chariot. What I like, though, is the open-endedness of this, of the chariot and your intuition. Okay, so in listening to myself, what's next? And how do we move it forward next? You really like the way this relationship is shaping, and the direction of it, and the focus, and the drive, and it just leaves you open-ended. What's next? Oh my God, what's next? And you're just like, I'm just going to listen to myself and see what happens. And the investor, I think what we're looking at here is possibly movement as in i.e. location, but I could be wrong. There's a hint of that in there somewhere. But for the most part, I just see you being so open to listening to yourself. You're like, this is so good. This feels so good. Yes, it does. It just feels so good. I love this. I love your open-ended happy ending. It's great. You did go all in. I love it. All right. But a bit of focus there about, okay, but realistically though, there's a question of investment about movement in real world. So that tells me home situation. What does that look like? Where you two are living, the actual environment, location, space, relocation, that kind of thing. There might be a hint of that in future, but you'll know. Listen to yourself. Listen to both of yourselves. You'll figure it out. It'll be a non-issue, I believe. All right, let's take a look-see. Oh, yeah. Forgive and release for overthinking. There you go. I know. We got a little history of this, of overthinking and possibly missing out on opportunities. But the right one here, the right one very much inspired you. For some reason, whatever constitutes the right one or whatever it is you want to call it, it can take a known issue and make you push past it like it was never an issue. I think this is why a lot of people desire new love, is to bring out the best in themselves. It's usually the way around. You have to be in touch with the best of yourself in order to get the new love that you want. It's a common misconception because people see things like this and they think this is how it is. I already know what my flaws are and I've been working on them, but I can't. I've never really felt I could push past it enough to get to a state of improvement or to prove myself better until I met the right one. Maybe that's the reason why the other ones didn't work out, honey, or the reason why you always kind of hung back your heart space. No matter how settled it was, no matter how long you were in those kind of relationships, it doesn't matter. If you always withhold the biggest part of your heart, you're never really in touch with whatever it is you're creating. And in this, you want to be in touch with all of it. All of it, yes. Oh, yes. We have the medallion of Libra, Sag. We have these small feminine glasses here. We have the letters H, E, and N. It spells hen. That's funny. Okay. Gemini, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.